So in this IELTS class, I'm going to tell you how to improve your writing style, right? So I showed one sample of a bad style of writing, this one. Although the grammar is correct. There is no spelling mistake as well. But it's not a good style. Why? Because look at the second one. While I could have written the whole sentence at a go, I separated them in three. And that is bad because lesson number one, do not write short sentences in a row, 2 or 3 short sentences in a row. এটা মাথায় রাখতে হবে। Especially, do not separate information that should be written together. For example, this is apparently the first line of the task 1 IELTS academic. And it should be written in a single sentence because these information are connected. What is the important data? It shows. Now, in place of depicts, you can also say, just simply write shows. But there are other words as well that you can write. Okay, I will give you, they're in the handout, so you don't have to worry about it. Anyways, so this could have been written at a go. So this is the single sentence that is better than this one because it looks better. If you read, it sounds better. Okay. Okay, so that is lesson number 1. Do not write short sentences. Okay, let me write down another thing first, and that is the first one will be a bad style, and you have to you should try to guess why it is a bad style, or I will explain. Okay, so this is another example of a bad style. However, there is no grammar mistake, but there may be mistake of words or information or style. So I'm allowing you some time to think. Now, definitely I'm there. I will definitely explain, but I'm allowing you some time to think and find out if you can understand why it is a bad style or not a good one to get excellent score. Yes, tell me, Nimsa.
এখানে আমার যেটা প্রবলেম ফার্স্ট মনে হচ্ছে যে এখানে ইনফরমেশন গুলো ঠিকমতো দেয়া নেই।
Try to say it in English. You have to be. You're good, but you're not confident. So try to say it in English. Yes.
I'll mess up again. I'll mess up if I speak in English.
Tell me. What is wrong with this part?
In the first sentence, they told us this sentence. In the first sentence, it says that it's recorded to be 10,000 on the first week, and then the second sentence it says that the total number dropped significantly next week, but next week, it's significantly next week. So I'm Bangladesh বলি ইংলিশে বললাম। আচ্ছা, এখানে হচ্ছে সেকেন্ড সেন্টেন্সে যেটা বলছে নেক্সট উইক তো যেহেতু এটা পাস্টের কথা বলা হচ্ছে, নেক্সট উইক তো পাস্টে আসে না। এখানে বলতে বলতে এন্ড এই সেন্টেন্সে 3টা সেন্টেন্স করে লেখা হয়েছে, বাট ইনফরমেশন ঠিকমতো দেওয়া হয় না। এটা বুঝতে আমার প্রবলেম হচ্ছে যে এখানে কি বলতে যাচ্ছে।
You are saying that next week should not be written because it indicates the future and we are writing about the past here. So what should I write in case of next week?
Second week লিখতে পারি, বা হচ্ছে লিখতে পারি the week after, right. 1 week after.
The following week, right? Good point.
Yeah.
There are other points as well. Is there anyone else? But I will ask you to say it in English because this is IELTS class, right? You have to be confident in English. Like you are good in English, but remember, you cannot suddenly tell the examiner that I want to use Bangla, right? It's going to be in English.
I won't be doing this, inshallah.
Nervous হয়ে যাও, but nervous হলে হবে না, keep practicing. Okay, is there anyone willing to
Thank you.
explain, or I should? Okay, so let me take the chance to explain. The total number. First of all, look at this. I make to analyze for the agent. The total number. In the second sentence, I use the same subject, the total number. It's a very, very, very bad style. You must not repeat the same subject, especially side by side. You should basically try to avoid repeating the same word in the whole writing. Now, যদি একবার repeat হয় অনেক পরে, acceptable to some extent. But if you do it in a row, side by side, right after another one sentence, it's extremely bad. You have to think about an alternative subject. And then this one is also, it's a bit different, but still কাছাকাছি। তারপর acceptable, but এই দুইটা একেবারে acceptable না, you should change number one. Number two, as Bimsam identified, is in the following week, I should not write next week when I'm writing in the past and referring to the future time of the past. আমি এখন থেকে present থেকে future বললে next week, next year. But I'm referring one time in the past, then another time in the future, but that also was in the past. So আমাকে বলবো the following week. আর যদি আগে হয়, the day before, the week before, যেমন the week after লিখলে হয়, or the previous week, এরকম দিতে হবে। আচ্ছা, so the total number dropped. এখানে আমরা কি লিখতে পারি? এটা লিখতে পারি the total number of the visitors was recorded to be 10,000 the first week. Fine. Then এখানে বলতে হবে we can simply connect the first two lines and keep the next one separate. কিভাবে? The total number of the visitors was 10,000 on the first week, right? এখানে বলতে which went up. Sorry, that's the dropped বলছে না? Which dropped significantly on the following week, or the following. Dadiler on লাগে না, the following week. Okay, it sounds good now. You know, you didn't have to repeat the same subject. The total number of the visitors was recorded to be 10,000 on the first week, which dropped significantly the following week. ঠিক আছে? আচ্ছা, then their number increased again. এটা লেখা যেতে পারে, but you should mention the digit, the data, then the number, there না বলে the number increased. এখন increased এর synonym use করে যা went up, যদি if it is you know that the vocabulary the vocabulary is given in the handout. According to the data you have to use. So for example, increased can be used, but if it is a big increase, you can say rocketed, surged, or you could say I'm just trying to remember. Leaped. এগুলো past form লিখতে হবে. Soared. So you have to use the vocabulary according to the significance of the data. মানে অনেক বেশি নাকি কম, হালকা slightly dropped, significantly increased, surged, leaped, soared. So we will talk about it now. So let's move to the next segment.